Yes, 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 people, echo chamber. We are here, and today we have got Shane Brady in the house. Shane, welcome
Virtually.
to the podcast, man.
Yeah, my
Yo,
pleasure.
you have got a brand new film, which I think will speak to a lot of people because I think you are filling the wishes, the hopes, the dreams, the aspirations of many who get fucked with.
Yep. 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 So there was an interview recently, or sorry, a review where somebody got $175,000 stolen through an identity theft scam. And it's like my wife and I got 20 grand stolen, and it fundamentally destroyed my life for like a
Yeah.
year. So to think of somebody losing that substantial amount of money, I mean, I hope I'm making Jason Statham proud after his movie about killing hackers, just trying to stay in line, give the Brits something else to celebrate other than Jason Statham's good looks and whatever accent he was trying to do in that film.
Jason Statham cannot do accents, so
No.
I don't know why he even attempts sometimes because
Well,
just don't.
and that's the thing is, oh God, what was the name of that movie? It was like the bees
It was
bees.
Beekeeper. Because
Yes, thank you, thank you.
yeah, it's the beekeeper because the
Right.
old woman, his
Yep.
landlady, I forget, she got hacked and then he
Yeah.
went.
And so
It was
then
John Wick without the dogs.
yes, yes. But I remember like I was watching that movie with my wife and we're like, in this scene, he's like straight up Jason Statham British. And then in the next scene, he's like, I'm trying to talk like an American. It was just like so odd. Oh yeah, you tried. Good job,
Yeah.
buddy.
It what I don't understand sometimes when you're watching a film and an actor is doing a horrible accent, like Don Cheadle in the first Ocean 11 remake, and it's so bad. Like, there's no one on set, the director, you know what I mean? Like the assistant, anyone go, yo, wait, cut, hold for a second, hold. What are you doing? And he's like,
Yeah,
I'm trying to
yeah,
do a British accent. I am. And they're like,
yeah,
no.
yeah,
Let's just not. Let's not do
yeah.
that. Okay. Like no one seems to point it out.
I
It's
think it's fear driven of them being like, I don't know, you go tell Don Cheadle. It's like, I'm not gonna tell him. I don't know. He's already been doing it for 2 days. It's like you didn't notice it. I'm like, I'm directing. I got a bunch of things. I don't know. I figured, didn't he have a accent coach? It's like, no. It's a fuck. We can't reshoot those 2 days. I guess we're in it now. You know. I mean, that's my best guess. As someone who's been on a lot of sets,
yeah.
I could see that being the answer.
Yes. I do imagine it is a fear thing, but
Yeah.
it's weird because
Yeah.
it's just like someone either tells them or you know what I mean? They get bad press on the film. You know what I mean? Like that aspect of the film could ruin it for everyone, right? It will throw you out
Yeah.
of the experience. So then you're not
Yep.
gonna, you know what I mean? And so you don't want that. You don't want to fuck up your film. So tell the person, or at least write into it. And you could have a scene where it reveals his character got dropped on his head and now thinks he's British and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
talks
Or
weirdly.
like in
That like
real in real
you know what I
Ocean's
mean?
11, it's like, oh no, I was just doing that accent the whole time. This is me. I'm actually Don Cheadle. This
Yeah,
is how I speak.
yeah.
Yeah,
If they just
yeah,
did that, then you'd be like, boom, problem solved.
yeah. Yep. Yep. Okay, well, since we're talking about accents, I'm curious as a Brit yourself, have you ever been to Florida?
No.
Okay. What is your opinion of Florida through the movie Hacked? Are you like, oh, this kind of seems like a party. I want to go to Tampa now, or like, I don't know. Like, I'm curious because
Oh,
for the
I
most
mean,
part, as someone who lived in London for 6 months, for the most part, my understanding, at least when I lived there 16 years ago, is like Florida is maybe one of the scariest places in the world. for a
No,
Brit to go to. Okay, good. That makes me happy.
I think you just hung around with the wrong people. I think from what
I can guarantee that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of bars where it was like Man U versus Chelsea, and I'm walking in just wearing a blue shirt, and then someone, I'm gonna get in trouble from the internet, but like someone in a Man U shirt be like, "Oh, you even know what you're doing?" And I would just go, "Why are you pissed at me? I don't know. I'm wearing blue." And they're like, "Chelsea." I'm like, "No, I'm Shane." And they're like, "This is our sport." And I'm like, I'm from Florida. If you want to fight, I'll fucking fight, but I don't want to fight you. I just want to drink a beer. I'm happy.
Yeah, football fans can get kind of crazy. They can get kind of crazy, but I think from everything, you know what I mean, that you see around Florida and everything, right? It's pie. It's a pie, right? It's a vibe, right? It's completely different from a lot of other parts of America, right? And it's kind of a melting pot of different cultures.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's
the big thing that you kind of get from, you know, what you've seen of Florida. And the fact is as hot as hell, right?
Yes, but since there's so many beautiful oceans and you get a sea breeze, like I lived in Texas for the last 5 years, and there's no sea breeze. So when it's hot, you're just walking into a sauna. Like it was, I think it was 110 degrees Fahrenheit for over 60 days in a row in Texas. I don't know what that is in Celsius because I'm a dipshit. I can try to do the math here. To Celsius, 43 degrees Celsius. Yeah. But in Florida, it rarely gets over 100 Fahrenheit, which is stand by, which would be over 37 degrees Celsius. And since you have the sea breeze, there's a cool, gentle wind from God being like, calm down, grab a beer, go sit on a towel. All is fine.
Still a little too hot for me. Still a little too hot for my liking. But yeah, it's like
you like your fog.
No, I just the sun, man. I just burn like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? So I will avoid it.
Take a look at you. Yeah, you can't.
A breeze definitely helps. I was in Chicago in August, and I remember when I left the hotel, it felt like I walked into a brick wall because just the heat was crazy.
Yeah. Chicago can get insane hot and insane cold. I lived in Chicago for 2 years too. So yeah, they have seasons in Chicago. That's for sure.
But I think a seasonal spot, anywhere with seasons is easier to kind of deal with.
Yeah, I would agree.
But yeah, no, Florida does look like a vibe for sure.
Yeah, Florida's great. Florida's really great. And I was happy to tell a Florida story. Like I grew up here. I love it here. Even just like making movies here, it's so much easier because of that vibe and because, you know, movies are magic here. When you want to try to make something, the community rallies around you and they're excited. And not to say that this is necessarily a negative, but anytime you want to try to make a movie in LA, it's like, fuck you, pay me. Where the permits, you have to have these people on set and you need to have a cop and a firefighter and you have to put cones up and you need permits from the city to film in your own living room. And it becomes such a headache that I think that's why there's been such a mass exodus of filming leaving LA, and Tampa has been a really, really beautiful spot for my wife and I to be making stuff here.
And do you think some of that is because of like a lot of filming doesn't take place there, right? So a place like LA that's had so much of it, right, that has basically had it all for so long, get kind of complacent, right? You're just like, you know, what are you gonna bring to me? So a place that doesn't necessarily get it all the time, they're like, yo, awesome, bring it. What can we do? How can we help you?
Yeah, I don't think I could explain it any better than how you just did it. It's like, yeah, it's droughts and downpours, and there's been a drought in Tampa for the filming industry for a while. So anytime something comes in, yeah, it's exciting. It's a shiny object, and people want to rally around and help. And I'm sure, like, tell me about London, because I know, like, anytime I was there and visit, like, the scene is always hot there for filming, but my understanding is it is like ebbs and flows, and sometimes it's really popular and sometimes people kind of steer away.
Yeah, I think, you know, studio filming, right? You'll get a lot of that here, right? Like I read just the other day, Marvel has moved a lot of their filming to the UK now.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Ireland primarily, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting, because you know, I mean, there was a point when a lot of stuff was done in Atlanta, right? Then a load of stuff in Vancouver, but Vancouver is killing it right now. You know what I mean? Like, I think Obsession, Backrooms, like, and some other big ones as well. Just, you know, they were filmed there, right? You know what I mean? Like, one of my friends, Edward J. Douglas, he handles VFX. He's a whiz, and he worked on Long Legs, he worked on Backrooms. You know what I mean?
Fun.
He's so many things, man. Talented motherfucker, and like, it's crazy how, like, just all of a sudden, like, because it used to be mainly TV stuff in Vancouver and Canada. But now they're getting all these big films, and we're seeing that kind of thing. And you know what I mean? We are seeing a breakdown of that walled garden of Hollywood. And I think it's like, the thing with that is we then get to shine the light on other talented communities, right? Because if you're spreading things around, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's all about tax rebates, right? Like, if they can offer that, then you're filmed there and things like that. So you get all of that. In the UK, there's just, you know, not a lot of grants and help when it comes to those sort of things. And I think if you're a Disney, a Universal, you know what I mean, a big studio, they're probably going to get more assistance. If you're an indie filmmaker,
well, and you bring up a good point. Yeah, because, you know, even it's been rare but frequent enough that there's been problems with us filming in Tampa that LA had to solve. Like, we couldn't get an affordable camera package in Tampa for my last feature, and we called up a production house that we've worked with in LA a bunch of times, and they flew the camera gear from LA to Tampa for us to use, and the lenses, and then we flew it back, and it was more affordable because they have such an excess of materials there that aren't being used that it makes more sense for them to ship it. So at least you're getting some money for it instead of it just sitting there on the rack, you know, not doing anything. So yeah, it's definitely, it's interesting times. It's interesting times, because Hollywood is not, or Hollywood proper in Los Angeles is not the juggernaut with the chokehold that it always has been. And I think there's been some hemorrhaging that's happened, that's become so wildly apparent lately that I think it's, you know, it's yin and yang, like you said, because getting to go across the world and across America, you get more stories and different storytellers. But then the flip side is there's so many people that live in Los Angeles who have families and homes that haven't been able to work. Or if they get a gig, now it's, bye, honey, see you in 4 months because I have to go to Vancouver, you know? So it's yin and yang.
Yeah, one of my friends lives in Louisiana, and Streeple, right? And her brother's there, like the whole fam's there, right? And her brother works in film. Her brother is, Rob, what does Chris do again? Actually, he's special effects too. He's special effects.
Oh, cool.
And he's worked on a lot of big things. There was that film. Oh God, it was set in a tower, and there was someone killing people. Oh my God, it surprised me because I was a bit like, it's kind of Final Destination-y, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it, and it turned out that he'd worked on like the effects of that. But a lot of times
Nice.
he has to go to like New York and different
Yeah.
places for like, say, months on end to do work, right? And I think that's what it is sometimes, which, if you're doing something you love, you don't mind, but then it does, if you've got a family, it's putting strain on that whole situation at times. And you know what I mean? It's just, but it's just the kind of nature of what this is, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can make it work. You know what I mean? You can definitely make it work. And you know what I mean? Like when you get the opportunity to do something big and on your terms, hey, then that's awesome too.
Yeah, and you got to go for it. And it's something that I have really been trying to balance for the last 5 years, and it's difficult, is the juxtaposition between making something and not feeling like you have to do it all because that's what the budget allows. You know, like Hacked was one of those projects where I would have loved to have another editor and me not have to edit it. Like we tried to get 2 actors to play the movie version of me in the film, so that way I could just be behind the camera video village as writer director. And there's times where it's like, all right, I'll just shoulder the burden. I'm happy to do it. I enjoy acting. It's fun. I really enjoy editing, but it becomes really complex and very intimidating. And it's funny because I was speaking to somebody who their interpretation of my first 2 features and then a good part of the third one, where they were like, hey man, like share the wealth a little bit. Why are you writer, director, editor, star? Like you don't want to have, and I'm like, it's because no one's casting me in anything.
Oh,
so I'm just like, all right, I'll just do it. Yeah. Which I think that's common though. I think that's common where people are like, oh, this motherfucker must be a totalitarian that like refuses to let go of the reins. And it's like, no, I love collaboration. It's actually like, it's fundamentally in the marrow of my bones. I think the only way that you can really make something that is like truly special is when you get a collective hive mind of ideas and everybody is supporting and enriching each other. Just like a sports team, like it's not one person. It's, to win a championship, we'll just use European football or like the FIFA World Cup. Like sometimes the difference between winning a World Cup and not winning a World Cup might come down to the water boy and the beds you slept on and the massage therapist and the food you ate. It's all because they're all professional athletes and they're all working their ass off. So what are the little intangibles,
Yeah. I mean, look, use your boy, man. Like Tom Brady came to Tampa. You know what I mean? And a great quarterback. But you knew he left the Patriots because he's got older, right? And they're worried that taking sacks, getting hit, he won't make it through a season, right? But he's still got a good arm. Maybe not as strong as it used to be, but we saw how he adapted his game. But the thing being, how do you mitigate that? A great offensive line.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You make sure you're getting all the protection. And in that first year, he got great protection. Even in the second year, right? You still made it all the way again, right? But it's just like he had all that protection, which allowed him to sit in the pocket, right? And just dictate like a fucking conductor, like a maestro, and just control the game. right? And that's what it is. Now he's going to get all the plaudits because he threw for this many touchdowns, he opened up the play, he did all of this. He can only do it with that line, right? And only do it really well when the wide receivers are running the right routes, right? And calling little pivotals when they can see the openings, right? And they know, okay, if I go left instead of right, Tom will recognize that. I just have to make sure I'm in this place to receive the ball. And so when all of those things are in sync, you're gold.
I bring this metaphor up all the time with my students for acting and writing and what it means to work on set, where I go, if you think of an American football play, technically the plan is to score a touchdown. Every play, that's the hope. That's why you draw up the play to, I'm going to pass it to this guy and he's going to go into the end zone and score a touchdown. So why is there not a touchdown in every single play? Because shit goes fucking crazy all the time and you don't know what's going to happen and you don't know what the defense is going to do. And it could be an interception or it could be a touchdown or you could trip or get sacked, right? There's all of these variables. So before you start poking your fingers at your teammates and all this stuff, like if everyone is on the same page and everyone is trying their best, mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw an interception with the best of intentions. So when, it's a film set or when you're in a position in life like myself, where Hacked has now been out for 2 weeks and, we only have North American rights. We're not even in the UK yet, and we will be soon. But it's this thing of, man, you want to score a touchdown every play, and you would hope that the first 2 weeks is like, oh, the movie went viral and we have 7 million views, but we're not there yet. So you go back to the drawing board and you drop another play and you do a wonderful podcast with someone like yourself and you start getting all this interest. So that way, when it does land in the UK, Kevin Scott's 700 friends that really like movies about torture in Florida and revenge, and Tom Brady can go, I want to know what Florida is like. I want to see a party revenge film. I'm sick of Jason Statham and his accent attempts.
I mean, there's definitely.
I love that guy, by the way. Yeah.
No, I do. He makes fun action films.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's the thing. I think just off topic for a second, right? With that, I think it's just understanding what your strengths are, right? Like, so if your strengths are playing like just that action hero, no nuance, just go in, kick ass, save the day, boom, make those movies. You know what I mean? But don't try and pretend to do other shit because it ain't gonna be that, right? Statham ain't gonna be Jason Bourne, but you can enjoy both types of film.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I think that's the thing. You can enjoy both. You don't just have to. I don't think there's anyone that only likes one type of thing, right? For the most part, most people.
Okay. So out of curiosity, what is, because it's a difficult question, what are some of your favorite comedy films? Because there's a little bit of context to this. When I lived in London, our Florida State University group went and saw Spamalot on the West End.
Okay.
It was huge at the time. I think it was in its second year, right? And Eric Idle actually was sitting in front of us taking notes because he was seeing if Britney Spears jokes still worked. It was crazy. I got to meet him and I'm like, Monty Python. I was losing my mind. And the context to me asking what your favorite comedies are is, as we're watching Spamalot, there were jokes that us 50 Florida State people, we were uproariously laughing and everyone else was crickets. And then there would be jokes where everyone else is laughing their head off, and us Florida people were like, I don't get it. Why is that funny?
Yeah.
Why is that? Like, what is happening? So I know comedy is geographical and subjective. So I'm curious what a cinephile like yourself enjoys when it comes to comedy films.
Oh man, there's so many different types of comedies that I enjoy. Like recently, right? I just had a conversation with Kevin Kraft a couple weeks ago. His new film, right? The Second Coming of John Cooper is so funny. Oh my God. I laughed so hard throughout that film. That film is great.
I haven't seen it yet, so this is good. I got to write that down.
Oh man, yeah, you definitely want to check that one out. You most definitely want to check that out. That's a really good film, right? Gosh, was it last year? I think it was last year. I'm terrible with names, but there's a film called Clone Cops, and it's really funny.
Cops?
Clone Cops, like a
Clone Cops. Okay,
yeah, really funny. Like, and those guys, they created a fake website for the, overbearing conglomerate company. And so you go on the website and you could like they've got like fake adverts for the products and things like that. And it's just like, yo, that's the kind of things you need to do, right? To be able to like build interest and, get people interested in your film. And that was that film was funny, right? Obviously there's things like Zach and Miri Make a Porno, right? Knocked Up, right? Tropic Thunder. This is the end, which I think a lot of people slept on. But that film, and when you read about that film, there's I think oh God, who was it?
James Franco, Seth Rogen, Danny McBride.
Oh God,
like, rattling off all the actors that are in it.
Yeah, there's a younger dude, but Michael
Cera, Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
That's it, Sarah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. He had the scene with Rihanna and he had to slap her. But in the scene, like he's pulling, right? There's the way they're shooting it. He says like, oh, if I just do that, it will look like, but they're not quite getting the scene. And she's just like, listen, for this to work, it's fine. You can hit me, but I get to hit you. Right. Yeah. And he's like, okay. So he hits her and she just clocks him. And by the end of it, they shot it so many times. His face is just like
I love it. But see, that's like movies like this is the end. I would love a movie like that to come out once a year where like celebrities are playing farcical versions of themselves, like I love it. I love when people can make fun of themselves and poke fun. And like that's something we tried to do with Hacked a bunch of times of like, okay, something horrible happened, but also we got tricked, but also, maybe we can make fun of our mistakes so other people don't make the same ones,
Yeah, like it's good. Like, did you ever watch Extras, the Ricky Gervais show?
Yes. And I love that show. Ricky Gervais is like universally celebrated across the whole planet. We love that guy.
He's just David Bowie. Bowie coming on. Funny little fat man.
Yep.
Oh my God. It was so like
didn't Johnny Depp also I think there's a famous one with like Johnny Depp like putting his cigarette out on Ricky Gervais's table.
Yes, I think yes. He was he came into the agency to like talk about roles or something like that, right? At the beginning when it was Steve Merchant, and yes, I believe that was there's that, and you also had like I think Gwyneth Paltrow was in it, and she's like How to Win an Oscar, right? You make a film about the war or someone with disabilities, and I'm assuming because this has got both, right? And oh my God, like that kind of thing is hilarious. But I think, sometimes like you go to the cinema and something crazy will happen, right? There's been like films I've watched and like someone got run over and it's just hilarious. And I'm laughing my ass off. And no one else is laughing because I'm just like, you can't laugh at people getting run over. That's disgusting.
Of course you can.
Just
that's
like,
the best.
If it's funny, it's funny. You know what I mean? That's what it is. If it's funny, it's funny. But I think that's why we don't get like these type of films anymore, because it's just like, well, you can't laugh at this group of people, and you can't laugh at this, and you can't laugh at that. Like, that's off limits. And it's just like, it's a comedy.
Which is why I love South Park to this day. Because they're like either it's all funny or it's none of it is funny. So therefore it is all funny. There is nothing off limits. You have to be able to make fun of everything. That is their cardinal rule of like, no, because the second we say, okay, well, we won't make fun of that, then what's the line?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the thing being, right, like if you go, okay, you can laugh at all of this, but you can't laugh at someone in a wheelchair, right? Anyone in a wheelchair is going to be like, wait, do you think we don't have sense of humor?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. They're going to be like, do you think that I'm going to stand for this?
You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah. Like,
they're
I'm going to walk right out of this room.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Is it, because that's the thing. It's just like, look, when you're laughing at everything, everyone feels part of the thing, right? Because everyone's involved, right? But if you're going, oh no, these people are sacred and these people are, then it's just like, yeah. And it's like, I forget, someone made this point, right? But it's like, when you watch, I mean, The Accused, which was, I saw that film way too young, I feel, right? No one actually thinks Jodie Foster got raped on a pinball machine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think she went that method for that role. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's believing that. But if you say a certain thing, it's just like, oh, you believe that? And you're just like, wait, what? You know what I mean? Like, why can we separate our sense of belief with one thing, but not with something else? Like, it's weird at times, you know? So it's kind of refreshing when you get things at the moment that are just, you know what? We're just gonna find the funny in everything. We're just gonna throw everything at you, and
which is what we tried to do. Which is why I'm appreciative of, like, we've gotten a lot of overwhelmingly positive reviews, and the thing that I genuinely enjoy and appreciate is the negative reviews. They don't like the movie for all of the reasons that everybody else loves the movie. Which tells me that we made a good movie, because, like, for me, I get yelled at a lot because I don't like country music, I don't like the Beatles, and I don't like coffee. And I know that I am the outlier. I know that most of the world loves country music. Hey, hello, Freddie. Most of the world loves country music. Most of the world loves the Beatles, and everybody.
I'm with you on that one. I'm not a Beatles fan. They're irritating.
Also, you have to forgive me. I think I got like 5 more minutes until my toddler loses her mind. She's 2 years old and our babysitter is here. And I know that she's got a jet in about 5 minutes. And I hear outside the door, I have a little, I don't know if you have children or nieces or nephews, but she's 2 years and 4 months old. And so since she can hear me in the office, she's barreling herself against the door going like, no, like she's being tortured. Because, like, you're not allowed in. Sorry. It's fun.
No,
I did that though.
Oh man, I can I did think it was funny, like at the end of the film, and it's like the dog thing, because it's just like, oh, I just believed all this time.
And then if you go back and rewatch certain moments, every single scene with those two boys has some sort of an Easter egg that they are dogs. Like, they talk about chasing balls, humping legs.
Yes.
Like they're digging in the dirt. They're like, when someone knocks at the door, the boys are going, oh, who is it? Oh. Like, there's all sorts of dog stuff amongst the two of them.
But to be fair, right? Like, you do see all of those things, but they are teenage boys. So,
Yes, they are teenage boys.
like chasing
Yes.
boys, humping legs, it's much of a march, right?
It's fair. No, yeah, it's not too much of a stretch. That's a fit. Yeah. It's great. I was proud of it. It's also just funny, like even as a full-on adult, it's always fun getting to write something where you like pretend you're 14 again, and it's like the big battle axe, the deadbolt battle axe at the end. Everyone was like, "Why battle axe?" I'm like, what 15-year-old kid doesn't want a giant life-sized video game lightning bolt battle axe like our hockey team here? Like, this is like the coolest thing in the world.
Oh man, there was a arcade game, and it came to like I had a Commodore 64 at the time, right? There's a game called Golden Axe, right?
I know
and
exactly
it was
what you're
like,
talking about. I would always be the troll.
Yeah,
or the tiny
fighting.
dwarf. Yeah.
That was a great game, man. So no, the axe thing was just like, it just reminded me of that.
That game was amazing too, because it was one of the first like not 2D go left to right games. You could like go up and you could like destroy chests to get more items that are like up here. So that was, God, kids these days have no idea how awesome life was when games were just like simpler and you weren't going up against a 10-year-old kid from South Korea who's so much better than you at Call of Duty that you don't even want to play the game anymore. Yeah.
But I just remember when the FIFA came out, right? And the graphics were like really good at the time. But seeing it and going, yo, that looks so realistic. It didn't, but
it did at the time.
Yeah, for what you used to have, you're just like, oh my God, I think I see a face.
Yeah. Right. And then it makes you wonder what like the future of video games will be, and if like you quite literally it will look like you are a playable character, like indiscernible, you're there on the field.
I think it'll be like Ready Player One. You'll just scan yourself into the game, right? You will be in the game itself, kind of thing. You know what I mean? I think that's the next kind of step.
I'm excited for when my daughter is like 6 years old, 7 years old. It's like, Daddy, can we get this game and play it all weekend? I'll be like, of course we can. What stupid question? Yes, of course we can. Bills and cleaning can wait. We're going to play a video game all weekend now.
And then make a film about it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Call it Thunder Siege. Make it kick ass. Yeah.
Like, at what point, after being, and it was a valid point at the end as well. I mean, it was hacked. It was a bit, I'm not quite sure. But like, at what point after all of that had happened, were you like, we could make a film about this?
There was a moment when my wife was on hold with the FBI, and when you're on hold, the FBI in America is the Federal Bureau of Investigation. That's like the big deal entity that you reach out to whenever you have something like this happen. They're like a step way above the cops, and it's COVID. And she was on hold for like 2 or 3 hours or something. And they keep reminding us, like, you were on a recorded line and we're waiting. And she goes, like, you motherfuckers, I know where this guy lives. I have his name. I have his address. I'm going to get my machete and cut off his fucking Achilles tendon. You motherfuckers, answer the fucking phone. And it's like, hey, I don't know if that's the solution. Like getting on like the FBI's most wanted list or like their watch list or something. But then it was like, maybe we make a movie about like this feeling that we have right now of like, why is nobody helping us? And why is it that you can like do everything correct throughout your life and throughout the process, and then you get tricked, and then everyone's just like, sorry you got tricked. That sucks. I guess your money's gone forever. It's like, no, we're not going to live with that answer. That's not okay. This is our vacuum money. You can't take our vacuum money. And so it's like, all right, let's make a movie. Let's do it.
Yeah, because I think one thing I don't think everyone is quite aware of. It's kind of like, if you lose your money from the bank, they do not give a fuck. But if you use a credit card, that's their money. then they
Correct.
give a fuck. You know what I mean? So it's very, it's this weird kind of situation.
Also, if I stole your $20,000 car, well, that's physical. That's something that I can be chased down, and there's fingerprints and stuff like that. But when it comes to like digital theft, like, how do you prove it? And when you go, well, we have the proof. We have the guy's name and address, and the money is in his account. He clearly did it. And they're like, yeah, but this could have been buyer's remorse. You could just be lying to us. I'm like, I'm not fucking lying. This thing actually happened. And they're like, yeah, we don't care. Pretty infuriating, Kevin Scott. Pretty infuriating.
Oh man, like especially something happened. Oh my god, I remember back in, it would have been 2015 at work, right? My friend was just like, oh, I keep on getting these emails from Apple, and I swear I paid the bill. And then he was just like, boom, boom, boom. And I was like, but what does it? And he showed it to me. I'm like, oh, don't touch that. That's obviously fake. And he's just like, I've already done it. I'm like, no. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. And there's just like they miss. Well, in the HTTP, like there's usually an S for secure. If that's not there, that a lot of times that's an indicator. But then they will misspell like a bank's name slightly, like Santander. They'll use an A instead of an E. You know what I mean? There's this little thing that sometimes they'll miss, or the branding colors will be like it's the red and white, but it's a slightly off shade of red, right? It's these little things that you really have to be locked onto. And if you're busy, if you're rushing, you can miss those things for sure.
Absolutely. And that's what happened to us. They intercepted and created an email that looked exactly like the title company, and they just did Sarah with an H instead of Sarah without an H. And so everything else looked the same. And we got gotten.
Yeah. Well, I remember because they do it a lot of times with recruitment at the moment, like when you're looking for jobs, and it's always, oh, we really want to talk to you. Just hit the link and we'll schedule a time to talk. And I'm just like, doesn't really, I know it don't work like that. What are we doing?
Yeah.
And I remember hitting an agency up because they were using this agency's info. And I'm like, yeah, I wanted to check because there's a lot of, and they're like, oh yeah, no, we know people do. And I'm like, how about letting people on your books know then, right? To be careful of these scam emails that might be coming through. You know what I mean? And it's just, people don't really care, which is very, and so I think that's why your film, like, will talk to so many people, because like you think about sometimes when someone does you wrong, it's just like, oh man, I would like to kidnap them and then just dangle them over a a bowl of fucking piranhas and just dip a finger in now and then, it gets nibbled off, but they don't kill them, just let them bleed out a little bit, and we'll pump some new blood into them, and we'll just have that going for a couple of months until then they apologize, and then I'll probably let them go. I'll kick them in the nuts a few times, and then just let them go. Yeah,
I'd like exactly. Yeah, like this conversation right now in that moment is like, that's why we made the movie and why we think people are going to enjoy it, because everybody has those feelings in some way, shape, or form at some point.
Yep. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, man.
For sure. And you just went to the nth degree.
Yes. Because we could. And we had fun doing it, man. We did. We had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, I think when you look at a film like this, right, it's the same with Second Coming of John Cooper, and just a lot of these things, right? You look at them and you just go, man, it looks like they had a blast on set. right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it just kind of resonates from the screen. Like, oh, that was a lot of. You're not going to get any reports that, oh yeah, the cast didn't talk to each other once,
No,
once filming
we had,
stopped.
I know. And luckily, like that can happen.
Mm,
Most sets that I've been on are exceptional. Truly, it's very rare. But there are times that like one actor or one crew member can just fundamentally destroy the vibe of everybody. And if
yeah,
they're an actor, you can't fire them.
no.
You just have to deal with it. But yeah, luckily on Hacked, everybody was exceptional, truly. Like, and that's it. It makes me happy that I don't have to lie or sugarcoat because we all are
Mm,
fast friends, and it's apparent through social media and everything. It's just been great.
that's tremendous, man.
Yeah.
Like, what when you started this? Obviously, other than budget, right? What did
Mhm.
you think was going to be the toughest part of this whole shoot, right? Putting this all together.
Yeah. Man, the whole thing seemed incredibly daunting. I think the most important and difficult thing for me was making sure that we strike a balance between telling an actual story that people would genuinely care about while also having fun at the same time. So that way there can be these ridiculous, zany moments and absurdism comedy, but as you're watching it, once you reach the end, you're like, man, okay, there's still heart, and this still really happened to people, and it happens to a lot of people, and
Mm.
this is their way of dealing with it, and good for them. So that was it. Is like, so we filmed a lot. We would film versions of scenes that were incredibly grounded in reality, and then Looney Tunes, and then in the edit you would kind of find it.
Was there anything that you shot that you were like, maybe that was too far? Do you think we crossed the line, guys? Do you think that
Oh
was it?
yeah. Yeah, there's like 12 deleted scenes for sure. That'll be on some sort of Blu-ray special thing. Most of the time it was like dialogue choices. But like my favorite is we debated on cutting when Santa Claus said, "Oh, I'm just going to go back to the North Pole and go fuck myself," because that was an improv line from Richard. But it brought the house down, and it got everybody to laugh, and like the camera operator had to like, "I'm done, guys, I have to hit," and he like called cut. And it was one of those things of like, it was so funny on set that like we have to just present it at the world premiere and see how the audience responds, because the audience will tell you if the
Yeah.
movie is working or not. And that was one of those moments that absolutely landed. So we were very happy that was the case.
Oh yeah, no, because you're just thinking, man, like Father Christmas, if the job is, the job going to every house, like that's
Yeah.
crazy as is, right? And having to deal with just all of those kids. Because there's gonna be like some, irritating. I want this. Hey, I wanted the one with blue, not the one with red. Why did you bring me the one with red, Father Christmas? Oh, I don't want this. I want a dog as well. Where's my dog?
That's a really good Peppa Pig impression. I'm impressed. That's very good.
But he's gonna want to go, I want to rip your head off, little kid. You know what I mean? But he can't.
Yeah.
Right? He can't do that. That's against the brand. So having Father Christmas be like, I'm gonna go.
Hey, I got a candy cane, and if I gotta fuck you up, I'll do it, and then I'll just wave the candy cane, and no harm, no foul. Yeah.
Which is just like, oh my God. Have I been violated by Father Christmas and I just don't remember? Damn.
The likelihood is high. The likelihood is very high.
No, those things are funny. Like, even like at the start, right? And we've got the CIA, the CIA. Jesus, the
CIA agent, Central
Thank you.
Intelligence Agent. I know it's tough. All these Americanisms.
And we got those. And then you have like Nova just be like, I forget the name of the thing, right? And you're just like,
hypopituitarism. I know.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's a fun way of going. We've got a young girl playing this role.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And it's also because I love that girl, Mia Castillo is the actress's name. Her and that whole family. Her two brothers are the two little boys in the pajamas that walk on.
Yes.
And they're like, do you know where our daddy is? Like that whole family. The family's exceptional, but those kids, like they're blowing up in Hollywood right now, and they're going to be household names very soon, if not already. And I think Mia just deserves the world. So I was like, yeah, I'll find a way to write you into my script, and I'll make you a badass 48-year-old CIA agent. We'll justify it. We'll make it work.
Yeah, which is just fun. You know what I mean? It's just like it's fun, and we got great chemistry between the cast. Like her and Caitlin Nathan, right?
Yep,
great
Caitlin Nathan. Oh yeah, and Caitlin was so. It wasn't until I was editing the movie that I was like, damn, Caitlin might be the funniest person in this movie. She was doing so many quiet, nuancy things that you didn't necessarily catch when you're standing next to her or, in Video Village with all of the madness. But once you're in the quiet of the editing bay, you're like, damn, there's a lot of really, really funny stuff that she's doing.
Yeah. And then you've got like Luna and Dugas.
Yeah, so Detective Dugas, that's his real name. That was the actual detective. And the actual detective, he's like a big, strong, muscly guy. So that's when I was like, ooh, I'll pick my friend Glenn, because he's also muscly and attractive. And Brittany is an amazing actress in her own right, but she's also the godmother to our daughter and my wife's best friend. So the whole movie was also just a collection of people that are working actors in Hollywood that deserve more, deserve better. And we wanted to like showcase what they could do in a movie.
But I think that's the great thing about indie films, right? Because, you get some people that don't want to do, they're waiting on that call, right? Like, no, if I do this, then I'm not going to be able to be in the new Black Panther film, or I can't, be the new Indiana Jones. They're casting James Bond. I can't be in your film. I'm waiting for the call. You know what I mean? But it's just like, listen, you haven't had the opportunity to be a lead in something or just a major player in something. You've been in things, but maybe you're the valet, maybe you're which is great. You got money, you got a check, right? You've got a big credit, but you didn't get a chance to show what you can do.
Yeah.
So yeah, the indie film isn't going to be paying as much, right? But you get to make it with a fun group of people. You get to have a laugh. You get to stretch yourself, right? And now you have something better than a show reel, right? Because a show reel is just fake scenarios a lot of the time. And I'm a newscaster. Hello, there's wind coming. You know what I mean? Like, but if you can be in an actual film, right? And they see you bouncing off of other people, and it shows you could learn the lines, right? It shows you turn up on time. It shows all of these different things. Yo, if someone sees that, they're gonna go, yo, we know we can count on that fool. Let's bring 100%. Them in. Let's do, you know what I mean? And so it's just like, so when you see, productions like yours, right? And it's fun, and you brought in all your friends.
My daughter just brought me Cookie Monster.
Oh, awesome.
Thank you. You have an ice pop? Yeah. Yeah, Daddy's doing an interview. That's Daddy. I know. This might be like the 2 minute. She found out how to get in. This might be our babysitter leaving any second now. It's kind of a fun way to. You want to sit on Daddy's lap?
Yes.
Okay, you want to sit on Daddy's lap? You're not wearing a shirt. We'll put Cookie Monster here. Here, do you want to say hi, Kevin? I'll turn the headphones off. Hi, say hi,
Hey.
Kevin.
How are you?
Say my name is Hazel.
Hazel.
Yeah, I only saw you as a bump earlier.
A little bump in my belly. Is that a good ice pop?
Yes.
What color is that ice pop?
Orange.
Orange? I don't think that's orange. What color is this? Is
I would
this
say it's a lime. It's a limey green.
lime green?
It's a
No, that's
Wait. Are
No.
you taking shots at the British? What you bring her in with a limey? Yo, get the hell out of here, man. What's
That's
wrong
what?
with you?
That's what, Hazel?
apple.
You want an apple chip?
Yes.
Okay. This is great. For those of you wondering, yeah, it took 2 years for Hack to come out. She was a little bump, and now she's a 2-year-old with Cookie Monster ice pops. Yummy apple chips.
How long before she's gonna be in a film?
I know, right? Like once she's verbal enough to be like, yeah, I want to do this, Daddy. I'll let her do whatever she wants. I'll guide her and support her and make sure she's not surrounded by Looney Tunes. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, there is definitely that, right?
Yep. Right, honey?
No.
No.
I mean, that's gonna be crazy though for her, because she can see, like, she was in the film in a way, right?
Yeah, it's not too often
like,
you get to see like Mommy and Daddy. Yeah, she's an associate producer in the movie. She's in the credits. If you look, associate producer Hazel Rose Brady.
Nice.
Hazel, do you want to say anything? No. Do you know Kevin? Kevin lives where Peppa Pig lives.
Peppa Pig.
Yeah. Say, I love Peppa Pig.
I like Peppa Pig.
Who's your favorite, George, Peppa Pig, or Baby Evie? Baby Evie. We love Baby Evie. Right, little cutie pie. I think she likes your laugh. She's like, whoa, this guy laughs fun. This is a fun laugh.
Man, she might be an exception, because when you're in a cinema screen, not everyone does.
Yeah. Do you need help, honey? What are you doing? There you go. So I'm like ADHD, so now I have my kid on my lap and I'm like, oh, that's right. What's up, man? What are we doing?
Hey, no, it's all good, man. Oh, you know what? There was something you said earlier and we got sidetracked, and I just remember, right? Because you were talking about the films, because the film's been out a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? And and this is the thing, right? There's a lot of people are like, if it's not doing, you know what I mean, crazy numbers in the first weekend, then obviously the film's going to be a flop. Because I've seen people talk about, I saw one post the other day, and it was like Masters of the Universe is looking to be the hugest flop for the studio. I'm like, it's only been a week. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is insane. You're writing it off already.
Yes.
But it's just Elemental, the Disney film, right? That cartoon from a couple of years ago.
It's great. It's a great
movie. And it didn't do huge numbers right away, and everyone's like, oh, it's going to be such a disaster, it's going to be a flop. It ended up, I think it made over $1 billion, right?
Yeah.
And it just stayed in the, you know, the top 5. It didn't go away, right? It was one of those films that didn't have a huge drop off in the second week or the third, and so it just stayed, right? People kept on. word of mouth, right? People were like, actually, it's really good. And people went, and then more people went, and more people went. And the film did good. And so I think it's a great indication of it doesn't always matter what happens in the first week or two, right? Isn't that right, Hazel, man? It's about staying power, right?
Yeah. No, we're not changing it. We're talking to Kevin. She's gonna be like, I want to watch a duck video. No, I'm very appreciative of you saying that, because it has been like the first 2 weeks of, today is, the film has been out for 2 weeks now in North America, and just realistically, because it's fun to talk about this on podcasts too, the numbers, they're not horrible, but they could for sure be better. But it's also this difficult thing of like, to watch the film right now, you have to rent it for $5 or purchase it for 10. And the vast majority of people are going to wait until it's on a streamer where they can just go click, and it's not any additional money. Yeah, you can hold it, honey. Here's the lid. It's all algorithm based right now. Like when it's a theatrical release, you want like the tangible tickets and the numbers, but when it's all digital, like that's why it's been a bit of a nightmare. It helps to get 50 Rotten Tomatoes audience reviews, so that way you're certified fresh within the first 2 weeks, and
Right.
X amounts of Letterboxd and X amounts of IMDb. And it's not until you hit those numbers that it tells the algorithm this movie is important. If it's below those numbers, that just tells the algorithm it doesn't matter. And it's a light switch. It's black and white. It's yes or no. So if by midnight tonight, I think we have 13 audience reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, if we don't have 50 by tonight, the algorithm will probably bury hacked until there's some other resurgence. But then the other joke of that is, in order to leave an audience review on Rotten Tomatoes, you have to like log in, get verified, scroll to like the hidden area, give it a star. You can't just leave a star. You have to also write a review. You have to click submit. It has to go through like making sure that they didn't just say fuck Shane Brady 4,000 times, And so there's this whole verification process, and it's like people aren't going to do that, because I don't do that, and I'm a cinephile. And the amount of movies that I love, that I go to the theater or I watch it at home and I go, that was an amazing movie. I loved it. I'll tell my 15 friends about it. But extraordinarily rarely will I go on Letterboxd or Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb and leave a review. But when you're an indie film, that is your currency. That is your weaponry. Because you either have that, or you find $150,000 in marketing spend and you hand it to Instagram and you hand it to Amazon, and then they bump it up, because that's how that's how the world works. You either need money or you need the clicks and the audience reviews.
I think that's the crazy thing about it, right? Because you see films and it had, like, say, 100 million budget, and then they spent, nearly as much on marketing for the film. And a lot of times you look and you go, on what? What did they spend this money on? Because I can't see it, right? But sometimes it's, paying for adverts, right? Paying to, be on shows and do, like, there's all this other stuff that happens that you're not aware of, but it happens, right? And it's just, when you're indie, I think a great way of, promoting the film is things like this, right? Because I think when people hear, like, the passion that you have for your work, right? When they can go hear you reference other comedies and you're like, oh, so he likes this. I like that. We got the same Oh, I'll watch this then. Because it will be, if he likes the things that I like, if he laughs at that stuff, then it's probably funny, right? And so when people get to know you, get to understand the storytelling, drive that you have, right? It then, like, opens them up to giving, an unknown, someone that they may not have come across, a go,
Yeah.
right? Because, everyone was an unknown before they became known. Like, there was a point when no one knew who the fuck Chris Nolan was. You know what I mean? And now they do.
We are like speaking the same language right now. I remember there's a good example of everyone likes to talk about how Chris Pratt lived in his van in Hawaii, and somebody just walked up to him and was like, "You want to try to be an actor?" And then he got a show, and then he gets Parks and Rec, and then before you know it, he's starring in the new Jurassic World movie. And when I was 30, I put on a suit and I went to 24 casting directors' offices with donuts and passes to the Magic Castle and like my headshot materials. And the funny math of this is I got into 21 offices out of 24. 7 of them were profoundly kind. They were excellent. And I actually got 3 gigs that week just from their kindness and me taking a risk. Nice. The other 7 were mixed, like, yeah, who are you? No, donuts. Maybe. Sure, you can. Yeah, we'll give you a call. And they never did, but at least they were kind about it. And the other 7 genuinely got me to cry. Like, you're pathetic. This is not how the industry works. You look stupid in your suit and your donuts. We don't want your donuts. This is not how it works. Leave. Get out. Security, escort this fuckhead out of the office.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's this arriving at the point. If Chris Pratt put on a suit for his 30th birthday with donuts and got laughed out of 7 offices, and then he's on Jurassic Park later, like, I bet those casting offices would at least just wish they were kind. Because that's all it really takes, is being kind. And Chris Pratt even talked about in interviews, like Anna Faris, his girlfriend and then wife, she was the famous one. She was the one in all the, the scary movies. And so, when he became famous and photographers would want to talk to him, he'd be like, "You've never been nice to me. No, you don't get a photo."
Yeah. But that's the crazy. And, the crazy thing is, right? Because I do comms and marketing as a day job, right? And the industry is weird at the moment, right? So sometimes you go to like events and these online webinars and you hear people, they're like CEOs and stuff talking about, and they're just like, "Oh, why don't you should just, knock on doors and go talk to people and blah, blah, blah." And it's just like,
yeah,
that's not gonna do it. That's not gonna cut it, right? Like, you go, "Oh, this is what I did." And it's just like, really? Is that really what you did? Or did you know people that got you the opportunity? Because it's like, it's this weird pretense that everything is fair.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is try hard and you will get that thing. And it's just like, I would say the thing being, you have to be ready for opportunity, right? So you have to have everything lined up. So if I'm going to be like, "Chris, I'm looking for a director. Like, are you ready? Can you send me a show reel? You can whiz something across, or show me an example of work." You've made a whole heap of things, so you can do that. But there's people that are like, "Well, I'm waiting for my chance." And you'd be like, "Well, what have you done?" "Nothing yet, but I'm just waiting for my chance." And it's just like,
you got to do things. You've got to.
And that's the big thing, right? So it's about being ready. It's about, preparing yourself for the opportunity. But we can't just believe that everything is going to be fair, because it's not. But I think what it does, and especially with creative things, right? You have the people that don't do anything and are just waiting for someone to give them something, right? Or you have people like yourself who make stuff. Right. And they're just like, "Well, I don't have 100 million, so I can't make Avengers. But what I can do is this." Right. And so you make things which work within the budget and the confines of what you have, the resources around you. You get all your friends and people to make which you wouldn't imagine it. right? Because the cast do a fantastic job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The cast do a great job. And I know a lot of them are actual actors and stuff like that. But like the ones that are, you're not going to go, like these people let it down. No, everyone did a really good friggin' job. You know what I mean? The chemistry and everything, it works.
I'm so appreciative of you saying that. And you know, like Kevin, I feel like I could talk to you forever. I really do. It's been like, this has been such an awesome meeting, and it's so rare that I get to talk to people from across the pond. I have my babysitter texting, being like, all right, I've squeezed it. I know I just have to run to another commitment. It's the Bell Knoll of I can't leave a 2-year-old alone in the kitchen, otherwise I would.
I mean, yeah, no, definitely
to be continued, so that way we can do another one, and then another one, and another one, and another one. You know, I got another movie coming out in a couple months, so it'll be a good excuse to hop back on with you.
Hey, whenever you have another film, you just want to chat films, hey, you are more than welcome, man, because this has been a lot of fun. And look, I completely understand you. We've been speaking for over an hour. It didn't really feel that long, but
no.
Sometimes you just get lost in the conversation, and then you realize, oh yeah, I forget other people might have things to do. All right, I guess you should go and look after your kid.
Right.
Damn it. Why do you not want to talk to me?
Burden of fatherhood, my friend.
Okay, before you go, just let people know, how can they keep track of everything you're doing? How can they watch the film? How can they just support you?
Great. So those in the UK, in the meantime, please follow me on Instagram at Shane Brady Filmmaker. I'm also starting a TikTok like today, just so I'm on multiple platforms, Shane Brady Filmmaker. And we're in active discussions to get our foreign territories. You know, I think they want to let it breathe in North America for a couple of weeks before they send it across the pond. But an announcement will be coming very soon. And then hopefully that means I get some flights out there, and I can have some pub beers proper with all my British family over there, because I love London. I've been there 5 times. I used to live there. It's my happy place, so I can't wait to go back.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, people. Well, all the links will be on the webpage for this episode, so make sure you go follow Chris, follow the movie. You know what I mean? Like, if you're in the States, Canada, go watch the film, because it is funny. And it, as we said, it channels those inner thoughts, those thoughts of, I want to get that person that wronged me, right? And you'll get to live all of that out with this bonkers. It is kind of bonkers, Chris. It is bonkers. It's out there, but it's funny. And that's the main thing. It's funny. So people, go watch the film, go support Chris, and we will see you the next time Chris has got a film and we have a conversation. All right?
Hell
Chris,
yeah.
You've been great, man. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate
it so much, dude. So much. Forgive me for hitting the button quickly.
No worries, man. Take it easy.
All right.